I'm sorry for this interruption because I keep recording all my videos in my office, and every now and then I get some interruptions. So I'm sorry to stop the video in the middle of my talk. But just to repeat the last part, which is creating the last database payment during terms. So we go here to the original file, payment with terms, and then we save the database as 05 payment during terms. So right here 05 payment during terms. And once you click OK, you will see that it will create a file of 163. And in this file, as I mentioned in my previous video, I will compare the invoice date and make sure that the invoice is paid within the terms of payment, but not after. How can I do that? I will make several fields. The first one, I call it term day, which is cutting only the number of days from the term column here. So we go for the first one, just numbers, and then it will cut all the number of days from the terms and put it here. The second one, invoice date value or inv date value, which is converting the date into number of days starting from January 1st, year 1900 until now. So we call it D2 days for invoice date. And as you can see here, the invoice date has been made in numbers. And then we add those two, term day and invoice date value, in a new column. I call it inv date with terms. And here we add the two fields, term date and invoice date value. So if we add 28 plus 40,912, we get 40,940. And then we convert this date into a date. So we call it due date. It's a virtual date, this one. And then we write days to date. Invoice date with terms, which is the new column I created. And here you see that the due date is the date here. Now I compare the payment date with the due date and make sure that the payment date is before the due date, not after. So we call it late payment date. It's a virtual number. And here I compare the pay date, which is higher than the due date. If I get 0, it means that the pay date is before the due date. If I get 1, it's after. And once we finish creating all these fields, I will go here under late paid date, and I go to filter by, and you choose the word, sorry, the value 1. Value 1, it means the due date comes after the payment date. Yes, the due date comes after the payment date. If you put 0 instead of 1, because I can make double filtering here. So here you see, I cleared the filtering, so I get it 1 or 0. And then I go here for filtering, and I will choose 1. And it will show me only 27 invoice where the due date, oh, here the due date, I'm sorry, the due date before the paid date here. You can see that here is February 1st, but here the paid date, 3rd of February. And then you will see the number of records here, 27 records out of 163. So I hope you learned the new function and the idea, which is the regex, and the other function converting days to date and trying to get the invoices that have not been paid before the due date. It's going to be like 5 files here that you need to send me along with the original file. Please save them and upload them on Blackboard. Thank you so much. Bye.